All right, let's look at the 6 keys to successful government contracting. I'm going to try to have a little bit more patience this time because I just did it for 30 minutes, got to the end, and realized there was no recording of the sound. So I'm going to go through this all again. I'm going to try to smile a little more and do all that fun stuff. So I'm turning off my phone and all the stuff so I don't get any beeps. So of course I want to go through this, and I just want to kind of hit some of the highlights that I think we should talk about, some areas where I think that I don't think I've got enough information to successfully do a talk like this. And this is where some information from you guys can some comments, criticisms, critiques, etc. can help us in. So we go into the first one is why do we do government, business with the government? We talk about the government. There's 85,000 government entities in the United States. We got federal departments, sub-agencies, states, counties, cities, everything else that we've got here. So one of the other reasons why we want to do government business with the government, because as a business owner, one of the most important things for us to do is get clients. And the important thing is to get clients that actually have money and they can pay. And generally, if the government does put out a RFP, request for proposal, they have the money to fund the project, and they will pay when they say they're going to pay. So I think this is very important, and we want to hit this here, that there's so many people here in the government, and we want to move on and go from there. So this is where I think the next 2 slides, why people don't do business with the government. I think this is where we can really hit on some of the fears that are going into it. I think it's simple here on this one is some firms just don't provide the products or services needed by the federal government, which is fine. Some firms are not qualified, some firms are not competitive, and some will just talk about it and not do it. Then we have I think what's most important is most just don't understand how to prepare proposals and get attention to win government contracts. They just don't understand. Some of the things that have hit me, and since I've been doing this, as a fear that I've heard from people, so it's an objection that I feel we need to overcome, is people have been burned by other agencies. I think one of the things that I know myself irks me is every time I apply for a federal license, I used to sell life insurance, for example. Every time that I applied for my life insurance license, our government has, I guess, the audacity sometimes to sell our information. So within 24 hours, I am getting hit by every recruiter with person that sells life and health insurance trying to get me to come sell with them. But what also happens is when we register on SAM, when we register on DUNS, our information is sold, and information has been sold to companies that are not as reputable as us. And there are people that I have met that have said, I've spent tens of thousands of dollars with companies that have said they can help me get government contracting, but they've done absolutely nothing. So I think this sets us up right now as why we've got to hit who we are at GCA chapters, why we are different, and what we are going to do to help them. And this is where I really think that this type of presentation needs to focus on our coaching and mentoring. The benefits, we need to really highlight the benefits of being a member, and I'm going to hit that a little bit later as I go through as well. So we go through here, what are the 6 keys? The 6 keys, and I know Delvon, you said that you may move this around, and that's fine. I look forward to that feedback. But the 6 keys are proper registration. We got to get our business registered. We need to qualify. There are certain programs that we can qualify as a potential government contractor. We have to understand the process. We have to find opportunities. What I call the easy way that I see is teaming up with somebody that's experienced already. And then the last key is successful proposal writing. So let's look at proper registration. Proper registration, there's things we need to do as a business to be qualified to get government contracts. We have to be registered. We have to be registered in the right places. The first thing, one of the things we need to do is get our DUNS number. So our Dun & Bradstreet number. With our Dun & Bradstreet number, we can go to sam.gov, so we may have to move this around, and register on sam.gov. Now, why do we want to register on sam.gov? Because that's where the government agencies go check us out to ensure that we are real. They find out if we have a real address, have we done business, what's the name of our business, do we have an EIN number, do we have all those things. The next thing are NAICS codes. The NAICS codes are what helps the government agencies understand exactly what we do as a business. As businesses that do business with the private sector, it's very important to be specific. The more specific you are, the more you can actually charge for your products and service. When doing business with the government, it's a lot better to be a generalist. So you need to think of yourself when you're going in to do business with the government to look at yourself as being a general contractor. And your NAICS codes is going to let you know that there's generally two types of business that can be done. There is products, so you can sell products to the government. Selling products to the government are usually lower profit margins. You don't make as much money, but once you're in, you really got to screw it up to lose that contract. The other is selling services. So the services could be accounting services, IT. There's a lot of IT stuff coming out now. IT services, consulting, coaching, training, stuff that my company does. And we want to be able to go in there and explain that there are many, many, many different things we could do as a general contractor. We just don't want to go in and say, I do leadership training, because that will very much limit me on the amount of training opportunities that are out there. Capability statements. Capability statements are exactly what they sound like. They're 1, 2, 4-page documents that let the government agencies understand who I am, where I am, what I do, why I do it, how I do it, who I've done it for, what are my NAICS codes, what's my DUNS number, what's everything about me, so you as a government procurement officer or person can understand that I am a real business, and I can do the work that I say I can do. The next thing is speaking governese. Governese is the language that is spoken by the government all by itself. It's usually filled with acronyms. The government does things the way they do things, and we just need to understand. So one of the things that we do at GCA is we like to hold our clients' hands, so to speak. We want to coach, train, and mentor them to move them along. And what I feel is the first thing is just getting properly registered. Get on there, let them see you, let them know who you are, and do it in a way that makes you look professional. So let's get to the qualifications. Qualifications, what do we need to qualify? Well, being qualified is a good thing, because being small in the government world is a good thing. Being small in the government world is a good thing because there's a certain amount of business that is set aside for small businesses to do. And once you understand that, you can multiply your chances on being selected by having multiple qualifications. Me, I'm a 52-year-old white male. I am not a women-owned business. I'm not a minority-owned business. I'm not a veteran. My brother's a veteran. My brother's a disabled veteran. Do I need to go into business with my brother? Maybe, but it's scary because he's not too bright. But he's my brother, and I love him very much. But you can go in and you can hit multiple qualifications. But one thing is you have to be properly qualified. You can self-certify yourself as a woman-owned business, but there are certain steps to be a qualified woman-owned business. Hub zone means your office is located in an economically disadvantaged area, and you are bringing revenue and jobs to that part of the city. So, there's potential to go, be in a hub zone to get some more work. A minority-owned business, you know, you may are you Hispanic? Are you African American? My wife is black. She's Caribbean. So, you know, if we went into business together, we could be a minority-owned business. Getting your veteran and disabled veteran-owned business certifications are a process. They take several months to get these things done. And what you want, again, as I go back to holding your hand, being a coach, trainer, mentor, friend, we want to hold your hand so you get qualified properly, so you can get selected based on a proper assessment of who your business really is. So set-asides, this is something I think I'll need some information from you guys on. There are many different types of set-asides. I didn't know much about this. I think this is very important. I think this is something we need to highlight. So I'll take your feedback on this when we go ahead and change the PowerPoint up. So let's look it up. Set-asides for certain designations. Prime contract goals. Prime contractors are big, large companies that already do business with the government, but they have goals where they have to bring in teaming partners, subcontractors to work on certain government contracts. And you look at this, the current government-wide procurement goal stipulates that at least 23% of all federal government contracting dollars should be awarded to small business. In addition, targeting sub-goals are established for the following small business categories: women-owned small business, 5%; small disadvantaged businesses, 5%; service-disabled veteran-owned small businesses, 3%; hubs-owned businesses, 3%. So we want to make sure that we go in. There's certain things that are out there in the billion-dollar government, trillion-dollar government, you know, pool, that so much of it is put aside for businesses just like yours. But you've got to be properly qualified. So let's understand the process. There's several processes that need to be involved. There's a procurement process. We need to understand how these procurement officers are going to look at and judge you. And it all begins with your marketing. With you as a business owner. With you as a business owner, you've got to make sure that your business is seen in the brightest and best way. So as I'm a business coach, and occasionally I'll have a business that comes by me. I had a friend, Susan, and she has a company that helps people get unrealized tax credits. And she gave me her business card, and I looked at it, Susan, and it says susan@outlook.com is her email address. And I go, Susan, what's the name of your company? And she told me, and I go, you need to go pay the $5 a month to get the email box that says susan@blankblankblankcompany.com. Nobody's going to take you seriously with an Outlook, a Gmail, a Yahoo.com email address. If you're the government, you spend millions of dollars each year, billions of dollars, trillions of dollars each year, you are not going to do it with a company that cannot take the time to go get a blank 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 at abcbusiness.com. We got to start marketing ourselves and showing people that we are a professional business, and this is who we are, this is what we do, this is why we say we can do it, and this is how we're going to do it. So some of the things that you're going to have to do in your business card, for example, let's just give you an example. And so you're going to go to a government contracting seminar, meet the government contractors. I know some organizations that'll have them here, and one of the ways that you can go out there and get an in is with your business card. And if I were to use my business card right now, it says Michael at Corporate Memory Solutions. There's a nice picture of an elephant on it, and on the back there's another elephant, and it says your business will never forget. Okay, it's a nice pretty business card and all that, but in the government world, it's not enough. Generally, on the back of your business card, I'm going to give you a freebie here. On the back of your business card, you need to put your DUNS number. You need to put your NACE codes. You need to give some information that that person will be able to utilize to go look you up and find out who you are, and are you who you say you are. They are going to do that. So if I go in and say my company does business process mapping, and there's somebody that's looking to map some processes and understand how a section of the government works, if I give them that business card and it just says Michael at Corporate Memory Solutions, and it does not take them to sam.cov and give them my DUNS number and let them look at my capability statements and everything there, it's gonna hurt me in the long run. It's gonna make it much harder for me to get a job. So we need to be able to get noticed by government and prime contractors. There's events that you need to go to. You need to start emailing them. Some of the things you should do is bid on projects that you don't even think you're going to win, just so people start seeing your name. Some of the things that we want is these people just need to see your name, because when you get to the point that you think you're actually really ready to bid on a contract, they'll have seen you before and know that you've gone in there. You won't be this flash in the pan. So we need to understand and how we need to go in there and start making ourselves seen. Again, I'm going back to GCA chapters: friend, mentor, trainer, coach, hold your hand, show you where to go, why to go there, what to say. That's what we want to go help you do. So you want to look at opportunities. How are you going to find the opportunities? I think one of the main benefits of doing stuff with us at the GCA is, I'll talk about our memberships later, but GovDirections. GovDirections is a website, and I'm going to need some help with you guys, some more verbiage, that we'll be able to go on to, and it's going to show you RFPs let in your federal areas, your state areas, your cities, and you can search for them by your NAICS codes. So we can search for them for the areas that we're in, what we want to do, and what we're doing. We're going to see what opportunities are out there. Every government job has to be published. There's some that they're able to go out there and they give, but most of the big jobs, the information has to be published. It's going out so people can get an opportunity to bid on it. So we want to go out there again. Government Contractors Association, we want to be your friend, we want to hold your hand, we want to train you, mentor you, and let you know how to go find the opportunities that are out there, what tools are there. I think in this page as well, we should be showing more websites, because I know there's more out there than these two, and I think this is something I thank your feedback for, and kind of move from there. The easy way to start, this is what I think is the easy way to start. One of the things that you're going to be graded on when you start going to apply for government contracts is your experience. And even though you may have done it 50 times, 100 times, 1,000 times in the private sector, but if you have not done it in the government sector, in the public sector, it's going to be looked at different. You're going to be graded a little bit different. So one of the ways to get that information seen is to go out there and don't do it alone, and gain experience of others. So you may be very good at what you do. So again, I'm going to go in, I'm going to say, look, I'm a process writer. My company writes processes for companies, but we haven't done it for the government. But there's ABC company in Houston that does it a lot for the city of Houston, and they're a prime contractor, and they're probably minority owned, or they're veteran owned, or there's something owned. I may do something that I do is better than they do, or they don't even know about. Like, we have a software that we use, but it's something ways that I can take and go it alone, use their experience, team with them, become a joint venture partner, be something to go out there and become part of their team. It allows me also to utilize their qualifications. So me, as the guy, I can either go and I get to the point that I'm the prime, but I'm not a woman, I'm not a veteran, I'm not a minority. I can bring those people onto my team, and their qualifications can help me move up. Or if I'm Mike, the white guy, and I own a company and I need your skill set, and you happen to be a minority, a woman, or a veteran-owned business, your qualifications can help me go get that job, and it's going to help us both move in and gain experience. Maybe I have experience, but I don't have those qualifications, so it's going to help us bring things together. And there's also some things called set-asides that are going to be able there that are only for businesses that are small. So the last key is successful proposals. We want to look at how they're aligned to the government needs. Here again, Government Contracting Association chapters. We want to be your friend, we want to hold your hand, we want to mentor, we want to coach, we want to train. We have proposal writers, part of our group, that have successfully written proposals for the government. Let me share you an example. When I was in the public sector, I'm going to talk about getting a permit. I had to get a federal permit. I used to do a lot of that. And I had to get a federal permit with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers in the Chicago district. And the Chicago district is historically known as one of the hardest districts to get a permit in. And we were installing a fiber optic cable along a highway, in the ditch of the highway from St. Louis to Chicago. So it was a very large project. Usually a 6 to 9 month minimum step to get a permit for that. I get the permit in 38 days. What I did is I called the guy that was going to be issuing the permit, and I called him and said, hey, I would like to potentially buy you lunch. I'm new to the area. I want to understand how you would like to see a permit application, aka proposal. How would you like it to look? I've done it for other corps. I got a lot of stuff for the Louisville Corps, Miami, and all over the U.S. doing this in my private career. But I just knew Chicago was that, and I got this guy and I sat down with him. And of course I wasn't able to take him lunch. I met him for lunch and we talked, and he's like, Mike, these are the things that companies come into, and they're just very short on us. They don't give us the information. If you can explain to me how your operating procedures are, how you're going to do things in certain what we call environmentally sensitive areas, exactly how you do it. If you can give us a video, if you give us more detail, that will be very, very helpful for us, so we can understand exactly how you're going to do the work. And that's what I did. So instead of taking 9 months, I got it in 38 days. It took me, out of that 38 days, it took me 10 days. It was about 10 days for my team to go out and get all the information, put it together. We put the package in, we submitted the package, and they had it for 28 days, and then the 38th day they issued the permit. But we were able to go in, and what number 4 did is we were able to show how we could substantiate the work. We solved their solution. The other thing that I really learned in dealing with the federal government is you need to write things at a 5th grade level. You need to write things so they're easy to understand. Don't assume that the person that's going to be reading your proposal has the same education level as you, or will talk in any other ease except governese. You'll find that out the hard way. Write it how they want it. Write it simply. Give them the information they want, and kind of go from there. And I hope that lets you show it. It may not have been how to write a proposal, but permitting, I'll tell you, that was a major thing. So who are the GCA chapters, and what do we do? I think this is something that I think as an organization overall, I'm talking to you guys listening to this, not to a potential audience. I think we need to come out this is, who are we? Why are we here? And what do we want to do? Why is it beneficial to join us? I think we have some ideas in our head. When I come 3 slides up, it says we're 3 memberships in 1. Yeah, that's great. I get it, but I still don't see this as the be-all, end-all for why do you want to be a member of the GCA. I think this is nice. Membership has its privileges. I think it's good, but I want to kind of go back from there. And I still think we need to refine that a little bit more as a team. The PPPPP, we talk about it again as becoming and working with the GCA chapters. I would kind of open this slide on my close and say, hey, look, I'm probably only talking to 2 of you in this whole room right now. The 2 of you I'm talking to, you might say, you know what, my business is here. We've been thinking about doing government contracting. We haven't done it, doing government contracting. We've been scared. We've been this. We've tried this. We've wasted some money. But you know what? We know that it can be lucrative. And you know what? Maybe we do trust you. Maybe we do trust you a little bit. We want to go there. And I'm going to talk about, the 2 offers we have. But here's what we're going to do with you, those of you that want to be coached. I've said it several times. You want us to be your friend. You want us to mentor you. You want us to train you. You want us to hold your hand. We want us to be your coach. We will kick you in the butt. We will be nice. We will be mean. We're going to be everything you need us to be to get you there. And one of the things it does here is Most businesses, it takes them about 9 to 12 months to get set up to potentially start the bidding process. If you work with us and you do what you say you're going to do, we feel and we guarantee that we will have you in position within 90 days to start bidding on contracts. I didn't say winning, I said bidding. We've got to start bidding so we start getting noticed. So what are we going to do? We're going to go through the 4 P's. We're going to prepare you. We're going to get you prepared. We're going to get you to get your SAM.gov to say what it's supposed to say. We're going to make sure that everything is there. We're going to do a 20-point assessment on your business to see how prepared you currently are, and we're going to get you from you maybe only having one of those points done to having all 20 of those done and having all 20 of those done in A+ fashion. So we're going to get you there. We're going to show you how to promote your business. We're going to take you out. We're going to show you how to promote. We're going to tell you and what events to go to, what to say, how to talk to these people, how to put together your capability statements, your 1, 2, 4-page capability statements. We're going to show you how to properly set your website up. If you are going to do business with the government, you should have a government page on your website specifically to them, speaking in that language of governese. We're going to have it up there, what you're going to do. So these people, you want to make it so simple that when they see your name, that they understand that you are good, you are going to do what you say you're going to do, you're going to do it the way you say you're going to do it, at the price you say you're going to do it, and we are going to have a good experience with you. We're going to take you and show you how to find opportunities and how to write proper proposals. I'm going to tell you, I hate writing proposals. I do. But that's what good proposal writers are for, and as being part of the GCA, we're going to have proposal writers available for you that can help you get the contracts. They're going to be vetted, so we know that they know how to write the type of proposal for the type of industry or the type of agency that you're going to go to work with. And the last thing is we're going to coach you on your performance. We're going to make sure that once you get the job, that you understand what you have to do pre-job once it's been awarded, what you have to do in-job once you're doing it, and what you have to do post-job to make sure that that agency is happy with what you did. And so that experience, remember we talked about your experience before, now you're going to have companies coming to you to team with you because of your experience. And if you do all of that correctly, you are going to make a profit. If you're selling underwear, you're not going to make the same profit as you are as you're selling coaching, consulting, training services, IT services. We are going to walk you through that. We have 2 coaching options. One of them is we're going to meet with you 4 times a month, an hour a week. It's either going to be in person or going to be, over the internet. And we're going to walk you through our software, and our software is going to move you through and start making sure you get everything done that you're supposed to get done. That way we're going to be able to track it. We're going to track that you say that you do what you say you're going to do. That's $2,000 a month. So we're going to walk you through that. We're going to do it $2,000 a month. I think it's a deal. I used to do stuff for private business, and we used to charge almost $4,000 a month on how to set your business up doing that. So $2,000 a month, we're going to do that. We got option 2 is $500 a month. We're going to meet with you twice a month. So instead of a 90-day guarantee, we're going to have you at a 180-day guarantee. But we're going to have you there. It's going to be $500 a month, and what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to joint venture with you, for example, and for the first 18 months after you graduate, any business that you get, there will be profit sharing between us and you. So do you not think that it's going to be very important for us to make sure that you are putting together the best foot forward? Yeah, we're going to get paid a little bit guaranteed, but we really, really, really want you to go out there and be successful, so we make a little bit more money. So that's what we want to do there. So I think that's what we got to kind of get to do, kind of look at through some of that, see with this slide and yada, 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 figure that out and put some of that in there. So here we come, and the membership has its privileges. I love that. Why join GCA? When I look at that first bullet point, membership to GCA, I know what it means, but I think we need to break it out. I think we need to break out more and have a slide. As a GCA member, this means you get blank, 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 blank. And it's not just membership training and Gov Directions. What does it mean? I think we need to bring it around. You have the opportunity to meet with other members that have successfully been on contracts. It's the ability to team with other members that have successfully given member contracts. I think we need to highlight that stuff here. And here we go. We can take it for a $5 quick test drive. I love that. And I think we just got to say is, you're going to have it for 14 days. We're going to put together 10 things, 6 things, however many things there are in that Quick Start program that we want you to get done. And we're going to show you that just being a membership and going through and doing some of these things, you're going to be able to still do some of the things that, we'll show you as a coach, trainer, friend, handholder. You just won't be doing it as quickly. And kind of go from there. So that's some of the things I've got. I hope that gives you my vision a little bit more. I think some of the important things I think we should also hit here is as a GCA member, $199 to get the 20-point assessment. That you get free as a coaching client. $5.99 if you're not a member. Yada yada yada. I think something that we can go in there and sell them into, to try to get them in there so we can push and continually sell them. I think the ultimate thing we should always be, trying to get them to become a coaching client, realizing that they all won't be. I understand that, but we want them to understand that there's something there for everybody, and we want to get them there. But I think the number one thing is even though I think that Delvon came up with some great stuff this week about business planning and stuff like that. I know Kyle and I spoke about it, and I'm just going to bring this in because I'm not going to be on the call this week because I'll be traveling. I think everything we've got to push still needs to be, it is for government contracting. A friend of mine, he does a training here. He and his girlfriend do a training here in Houston and how to write a bankable business plan. And I hear it's a good class, but for me, it's a humorous class because a bankable business plan has nothing to do with you being successful. A bankable business plan may get you money, but it may not get you profit. It may take you into the bank, and the bank means, "Ooh, this is a great business plan. And this is what we found out, and this is what I found out in my business is doing process stuff." Is 98% of business plans, they suck. They have nothing to do with how to educate, how to execute what you're going to do. Because some of the things that we do is we go talk to GCs and say, "Hey, look, VCs. Hey, if you're going to give ABC company some money, how do you know what they're going to be executing?" Well, you know what? If part of that money comes to us, you're going to hire us. We're going to help them write the processes and the top 100 things they're going to do. We're going to help them set KPIs on that, so they're going to be able to report back to you, and not just their financials, but how are their key performance indicators being hit? Is that going to be potentially more valuable information for you? So I think execution plans versus bankable business plans are two different things. And I would like my friend to come in and do that talk, and we take a little bit from his talk, but I think we can really rock with him over the execution side, and kind of go from there. And I think there's things we can do. So hopefully this helps. I look forward to your feedback, and go from there. Like I said, I really didn't do this all in presentation mode. I'm usually a lot funnier. I really like to update this. I don't really like the way this PowerPoint looks. I think it needs to be more interactive, maybe some animation in it and stuff like that. But that's something we can all discuss. The other thing I talked to Kyle about today that we may want to look at is maybe we don't use this, but maybe we go to the ebook that we have, the 12 steps to winning a government contract. Maybe we use that as a PowerPoint instead. I'm very open to that. Once I read the book, I was like, ooh, there's a lot of good stuff in here. So maybe we start blending. I don't know. But thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Look forward to your comments.